Oh my gosh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action! Good morning. Hey, I made it. Like, that's amazing, right? Okay. I've been in and out due to traveling, but I am here. And I'm actually in my original setting in my little apartment, coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. I do this every morning when I'm not traveling, Monday through Friday at 8:18 Central Standard Time. Why 8:18? So that you can remember to show up, because who does anything at 8:18, right? It's just a little weird. Oh, it is a beautiful day in Dallas. Guess what? We had the most amazing thunderstorms sweep through the area last night. So cool. So like outstanding electrical storms and actual then real thunder and tons of rain. I actually posted some of it on Instagram, the electrical storm. Super cool. If you want to connect with me, by the way, on Instagram, it's Badass Betty. What is it? Badass Betty 007? I don't even know what it is. Hold on. Let me find out. Like any of you guys care, but you know what? You never know. Instagram's cool. So hold on. My profile is me, Jane Paull-Bridgeman. Yep, I told you right. Badass Betty 007. And there's a little picture of a sunset or a sunrise. I'm not sure which. So that's me. Check it out. Really cool footage of that storm last night. And hey, if you're here, the object of the game is for me to answer a question from this, and for you to show up in my chat box and say hello, join the crowd, and let's have a conversation. I'm going to answer a question, but like, why? Well, why? How often do you think? How often do you actually go deeper into any thought pattern in your life? If you don't have to, you usually don't do it. So this is just a little place where we can practice thinking through some things, like just making our body learn how to go from here and to go a little bit deeper and go to here and to maybe open up and find some real answers about our thought processes or our emotions, or what makes us tick? What makes you tick? What do you think about a certain topic? Maybe you don't even know your opinion on it. I don't know. This is why we're doing it. And we keep it short so that it's not painful for too very long, because as we all know, going deep, or going some kind of deep, even if it's not very deep, can be a little uncomfortable, shall we say. So that is the program today. We are going to get a little uncomfortable, although I don't know what the question is. So just let me say, since I don't know what these questions are, and you would think, because this is coming from a journal where you're supposed to journal in this thing every night. Sorry, I have this weirdo little hair creeping across my face. Like, wow, there we go. Whoop. Okay. You would think, because you're supposed to journal every night, that it would be really thought-provoking questions. Not always the case. And maybe the questions are thought-provoking, but right on surface level, they're not really so thought-provoking. So sometimes we have to like really take it further and dig deeper and find some more meaning in some of these hokey questions. But on the other hand, some days these questions are like, pow, boom, ow, zap, ouch. Okay, too much. You never know what you're going to get from this crazy book. So that's what we're going to do. I guess I should just do that right now. Oh, before I do that though, every once in a while I read a book, quite frequently. This is my latest book, which is Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. And I think he's affiliated with all the ClickFunnels people. Russell Brunson, as you can see here, he is the ClickFunnels man. If you're into selling online, that's what this is all about. And this is going to teach you how to write the words that make people click the damn button and buy your products. I got this book for free. They were giving it away, so I ordered it. And that will be my new read. I have not started it yet. I will let you know how it is. The last book I read was, what was it? The Big Leap, I think. That was super awesome, by Gary or Gay Hendricks. I'm not sure if it was Gay or Gary. I mean, I don't know who names their kid Gay these days, but it might be Gary Hendricks, but I saw it written down as Gay Hendricks, but that could have been a typo somewhere. I don't know. I'm having my favorite, what is it? Bengal spice tea. Super awesome. And in case you were wondering, it's only like, what is the temperature today? It's 57 right now, I guess. It's going to get up to like 70. That's so awesome. Okay, here we go. It's October 21st, right? It is. Okay, here's the question. Oh, teach. How would you describe your style? Well, wow, I sure wish there were some of you popping on here today to join me, because I would like throw that out there to you and say, how would you describe my style? Interesting that you have to, the question makes you describe your own style, because I think we all have a perception of how we come across, right? Like, or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't even think about it. Like, how do you come across to people? And I think a lot of times, me personally, I don't think about how I come across. This is a really good question, because this is something that we actually have the power to craft or create or change, alter, mold. We have the ability, as you well know. You may not know that you do this, but you can definitely change how you come across at any given moment. Now, if you're not aware of that, your survival mechanisms have already kicked in eons ago when you were little, and figured out how to maneuver in any situation, right, to avoid any kind of pain or punishment, right? So you already learned how to change and alter or be a certain way in any situation, but you might not even realize that you're doing that. So a good idea is for you to really stop and think about that. Wow, how do I act? Am I the same person in every situation? Or do I fluctuate depending upon who I'm around or what the situation is all about? And am I still doing that thing where I act a certain way to elicit a certain response from the person that I'm with, so that I can enjoy the least amount of pain and suffering? This is a really big question. It got huge. So I realized not that early on, I was a teenager when I had to write a paper in English. And this is all just coming to me right now. I had to write a paper in English, and English class, not in the English language, yes, in my English creative writing class. And I wrote the paper about manipulating myself in order to manipulate the situation and or other people. And it was pretty disturbing when I started writing it, and I really realized that that's what I do, but I had no way of knowing how to make that work for my benefit, or if it was a good thing or a bad thing. But I didn't feel good about it, I can tell you that. At the time, for sure, I did not feel good about it. And it wasn't until good 5 years ago that I really learned a lot about how do I come across, and how can I shift that, and how do I want to come across, and who am I? Who do I want to be in every situation? There are 100 million questions wrapped up into this one question, which is your style, right? Which I just took into the realm of how do you come across? What is your style? Do we just want to talk about clothing? That's your style? That doesn't go very deep, although that does say a lot about you. And actually, how you comes across loud and clear with the clothing that you choose. Are you the type of person that has to iron every single piece of clothing before you walk out the door? Or are you the type of person who just kind of goes out with, things are semi-wrinkled, and there's a spot here, but nobody will notice. It's, they'll just be looking at the big picture, no big deal. And Are you the type of person that's way into your personal appearance? Or do you not care? Do you love yourself enough to present yourself semi-presentable? Oh man, this question just goes so deep, and there's so many avenues and thought patterns that you can have related to this question. So, sheesh, what is your, was it personal style? I'm going to read the question again because I always forget the question halfway through once I start talking about it. How would you describe your style? All right, I'm going to describe my style as different, a little eclectic, a little out there, a little in your face, a little bold, a little my style. And is my clothing style? I mean, if I'm just having a day where I'm not going to see anybody in particular, and I'm probably just going to go out to the ranch and hang out with my horses, I'm not going to put makeup on. I don't care about my hair so much. I'm going to wear jeans. I'm going to wear a crappy t-shirt most likely because horses are very messy, can be very messy. I'm going to do very messy things at the barn. But on the other hand, I'm very aware of if I'm stepping out the door to travel or to have a meeting or do some real estate or whatever, then yeah, I definitely take time, but I'm still a very casual person overall. I don't get extremely formal. I don't tend to iron my clothes so much if I can get away with it, only every once in a while when it just has to be done. And yeah, I'm kind of like a, flowy wowy person in case you can't tell. So these are all questions that you can actually answer for yourself about yourself. And there you go. You've had about 10 minutes now. Shit, I don't even think this is playing. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, okay, there we go. It looked like my clock had stopped, the timer clock on my computer, which would indicate that this wasn't going. Anyway, okay, so here we are. Now it's been 12 minutes, and you've had 12 minutes. Well, and probably I didn't ask the question until around the 2-minute mark, so you've had 10 minutes to think about something that you normally wouldn't think about. And does it matter? I don't know. You kind of decide if knowing what your personal style is even matters. It may really matter. Do you need to make some changes? I don't know. That's where you have to go from here to here and decide what you want to project. It's that simple. All right, you guys, I'm wrapping this up. Be sure to catch one of my other videos and have a fantastic day. Catch you tomorrow. I'll be here. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm not traveling for quite some time, God willing. Okay. All right. Talk to you all later. Bye for now.